Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Avila. We're here at Locke High School and we're going to cover how to find a derivative using the limit definition of a derivative. That formula is the limit as delta x approaches 0 of f of x plus delta x minus f of x all over delta x. Now, I haven't covered where we're going to do this formula. I just did some examples in my class and didn't finish a few, so I decided to post these online. Before I go over this, I need a marker. Sweet! Where did it come from? The function whose derivative we're going to take is negative 3x minus 2. Now this isn't really written in a way that makes sense. I'm going to write this as f of x equals negative 3x minus 2. So plugging into the formula is going to look like the following. The derivative, f prime of x, is going to equal to the limit as delta x approaches 0 of f of x plus delta x. That means we're going to take x plus delta x, plug it into the function f. That is going to be negative 3 times x plus delta x minus 2 minus the original function f of x, which is negative 3x minus 2. I emphasize with my students all the time that this first step tends to be the most difficult step to do. So if you didn't understand this, take some time to look it over, as it can be a little difficult step if you've never seen that before or you've had trouble understanding that in the past. Into our next step is basically all algebra from here. Distribute the negative 3, so we have negative 3x minus 3 delta x minus 2, distribute your negative, plus 3x plus 2. Now if you did this all correctly, a lot of terms start canceling out at this point. Your negative 3x simplifies and cancels out, which is positive 3x. Your negative 2 cancels with your positive 2, leaving you with the limit as delta x approaches 0 of negative 3 delta x over delta x. We reduce and divide delta x by delta x, which gives us just 1. So we're left with the limit as delta x approaches 0 of negative 3. Now since there is no more delta x here and I apply my direct substitution, my limit as delta x approaches 0 of negative 3 is just going to end up being negative 3. And in this case, the negative 3 represents the derivative of the function f of x equals negative 3x minus 2.